Hi, welcome to IncluIT's video TechTalks. My name is Federico.Rogoza. I'm a project manager and I work in software development projects in the telecommunications area. Today I will be talking about machine learning or working machines. Well, the main statement here is, will a robot take over your job? Well, I think yes is the answer. Let's take a look at a little history. Before the Industrial Revolution, the labor market was divided primarily in three sectors: agriculture, industry, and services. Until the 1800s, most people worked in agriculture and just a tiny part in industry and services. Then, during the Industrial Revolution, most people moved to the cities to work in industry, but a growing number also started working in services. Machines have replaced humans in manual labor, but there are still a lot of new professions where humans can perform better than machines. In 2010, 2% of US population worked in agriculture, 20% worked in industry, and 78% worked as professors, doctors, lawyers, web designers, etc. But the thing is, machines can now have physical abilities as well as cognitive abilities. And when algorithms are capable of teaching, diagnosing, and designing better than humans, what are we humans going to do? There's a new ideology or religion called Dataism, in which information flow is the supreme value. Dataism declares that the universe consists of data flows, and the value of any phenomenon or entity is determined by its contribution to data processing. So, according to Dataism, 1. Organisms are algorithms. So every animal, including humans, are just a number of organic algorithms modeled by natural selection through a million-year evolution. 2. Processing made by algorithms are not influenced by its material makeup. For example, an abacus or calculator made of steel or plastic will return the same calculation. And 3, that is, non-organic algorithms should be able to perform tasks that organic algorithms, humans or animals, are performing now. So, as long as calculations are valid, it doesn't matter if algorithms are made of carbon or silicon. Now you could be thinking, nonsense, there are jobs machines will never be able to do as humans do now. But are you sure? Let's look at some recent history. In 1996, Deep Blue defeats Garry Kasparov at chess. In 2011, IBM Watson AI software wins a Jeopardy trivia game. In 2011, a pharmacy is attended exclusively by a robot. In 2015, Google car has an accident. The Google car has to brake suddenly, and the human driver crashes into it from behind because the human was distracted, not the Google car. Okay, also in 2015, Google DeepMind learns to play 49 Atari games, like Pac-Man, Space Invaders, etc., without any other information than the screen pixels and the instructions to try to make as many points as possible. it actually outscored humans and even discovered new strategies. So machines have become better in playing video games than humans. Okay, in 2019, algorithms can detect diseases from images like X-ray or MRIs even better than doctors. Also, there are algorithms for face recognition that help anti-terrorist forces, and so it continues. Okay, let's take a look at some professions, in this case lawyers. Well, most of us think of lawyers as people giving speeches to a jury. But actually, lawyers spend most of the time reading documents, looking for evidence, finding loopholes in the legal system, and preparing argumentation. Okay, but a machine with proper training could do this as well. It could also learn the laws and their subtle differences between each country. It could also learn the outcomes and or sentencing of all trials and decide the best strategy to win the trial. And what about doctors? Okay, when you're sick, you probably wait for a couple of days before calling a doctor. They give you an appointment for a couple of days later, if lucky. They could know your medical record, but they don't remember all details. Also, during your visit, which lasts no more than 15 minutes, the doctor probably asks you for a couple of questions. He or she performs a quick scan of your conditions and then makes a diagnosis. But if the doctor is tired, is sick, or is distracted, he or she could overlook a symptom or error in his diagnosis. But an artificial intelligent doctor or AI doctors could immediately ask you for your current symptoms and will be available 24/7. They are also aware of the latest diseases and epidemics. They don't need to sleep, thus never are distracted, not tired. They could know your medical record, your DNA, the recent countries you visited, your family's medical record and DNA, and so on. And they also can learn from patients from all around the globe and become better doctors every day. It's important to think that it takes a lot of time and effort to form a human doctor, probably 5 to 10 or 15 years. And even if the process goes well, you just end up with one human doctor. If you need a new human doctor, you have to start the process all over again. Whilst the AI doctor can be replicated as many times as needed and will always know more. So we know that probably all jobs will disappear, such as taxi drivers, that will be probably replaced by autonomous cars. And we also know that new jobs will arise, such as virtual world designer, people who design video games. But what will happen to the labor market? Because how could a 50-year-old unemployed taxi driver become a virtual world designer? And most important, what would a virtual world designed by a 50-year-old taxi driver look like? We don't know. Okay, let's take a look at Google Maps and 3 levels of decision. In the first level, we can ask Google Maps for different routes to get home, and we humans pick one. On the second level, we can ask Google Maps to recommend us the fastest or the shortest or the cheapest route to take, and we humans can choose to accept Google's suggestions or not. But what if there are 2 roads and one of them is jammed? There's a lot of traffic in that road. If many people, humans, ask Google Maps for the best route home, and Google sends us all to the same unjammed road, it would probably become jammed too. So in that case, Google Maps will have to decide if it should inform all humans or just a few of them in order for the road not to become jammed also, just for their own good. So in this case, machines are deciding which information are sharing with us or not. So I think we don't realize how big the impact will be of AI software becoming more dominant in our lives. Some skeptics say that we shouldn't worry, as this will not happen in at least in the next 50 years, which sounds like a lot of time. But what if we received an alien message from outer space saying, "Hey humans, we are heading to Earth, see you in 50 years. How would we feel then? Probably 50 years won't be such a long time. Well then, what should we do? Is there something we could do to reduce the impact of AI software in our lives? Well, we don't know it yet, but we better start thinking. Okay, that was it. Thank you all for listening and watching. Here are my references. A book from Yuval Harari, Homo Deus, and also a TechTalk from Sam Harris. See you all. Bye bye.